All right, thank you everyone who can stay for the afternoon sessions. So my name is Meng Ching Wan. I'm a lead traffic engineer in Seattle area. And my background, when I graduated, I did like a year and a half for design, traffic design, and I noticed operation analysis is more interesting. So I spent the next like 10 years doing traffic simulation, analysis, and planning. I also have Jian here. He can introduce himself.
Hi everyone, my name is Jiang, I'm from the WSP Seattle office, maybe from the most rainy city to the least rainy city. Today we're talking about this bidirectional bus lane modeling.
All right, so here is agenda for what we are going to talk about. First, I'm going to do some, Jian is going to do some introduction on what we are presenting, just general about this topic. Then we'll talk about BRT improvement concept design. There are 4 alternatives we want to talk about. Then third, that's kind of our focus today, is coding the bi-directional lane detection logic in Vissim. Then next we will show some details about Vissim coding. It's very simple, so it's not very complicated, including coding and scripting. We will show you some simple tricks to do bi-directional bus lanes in Vissim. Then we will review results and for next steps. All right, I hand over to Jian.
Thank you, Patrick. Okay, so we may all know that BRT is a pretty high quality bus transit system that delivers fast, reliable, and efficient service. The key features may include like dedicated lanes, signal priority at intersections, and some high capacity stations. There are many existing BRT systems in the world, and also there are many ongoing projects. During those ongoing BRT projects, we may want to use the micro simulation to evaluate the operational performance, to test the design alternatives, and to support the decision makings. And the PDB Vissim would be, I think, most commonly used software to do that. And let's talk about the dedicated bus lane here. So there are different types of the dedicated bus lane. It depends on where it's located. The bus lane located in a roadway median would be the median bus lane. And such type of the BRT system may have features like the center platforms. That would reduce the conflicts with the right turn vehicles and also the curbside activities. There are usually two types of the median bus lane. You can see in the first image, that is the center running 2 lanes. That image is captured from the San Francisco, California. You can see there are 2 bus lanes, 1 for each direction, and they are not conflict with each other. The other one that is what we want to talk about during this presentation is the bidirectional one. The bidirectional median bus lane, they may have actually 2 lanes at stations, but the 2 directions, they will share some segments that there's only 1 bus lane. And it's kind of reversible, but it's not that reversible like the reversible travel lane. It can be reversed anytime when the bottom one direction is calling for that segment. And the later, if there are 2, if the 2 direction both have the buses calling for that segment, the later one will wait for the other. And then when the first vehicles clear the segment, the second one can move into that shared segment. In order to compare the different alternatives of the BRT bus lane, we have modeled some Vissim models, and we have 4 alternatives. The first one is the no build alternative, and then the queue jump alternative. The no build, which would be the default network with no dedicated bus lane, and the queue jump, they doesn't have a bus lane, but we have queue jump lanes at those signalized intersections. The third one would be the just we discussed the center running two-lane BRT bus lane, and the fourth one would be the bi-directional one. We modeled the different type of this alternative, and we can compare how it works. There are some conceptual and illustrative images for the different alternatives. The first one is the no build. As you can see here, there is just mixed traffic, no dedicated bus lane, and two-lane for each direction for the mixed traffic. It's pretty simple and common. The second one, the Q jump, you can see the rightmost lane, currently there. It's actually a right turn lane for the GP vehicle, and the BRT buses, they can use that lane to make the Q jump. Then you can see here, this would be the center running two lanes. For this one, you can see there's the center platform here, and there are two bus lane, one for each direction. And you can see there are totally like 6 travel lanes here, and it will take a lot right of way. You can imagine in a downtown area or some other dense area with very expensive land use cost, it will cost a lot to construct such type of the BRT system. And for the bi-directional one, we only use one lane at the center, at the median, for the both direction. And this one reduces one lane, travel lane, and the right of way will be much smaller than the previous one. Again, this is just a conceptual and very illustrative image. Different location may have different layout, different the lane width, and maybe Las Vegas will have fancy palm trees. I don't know. Okay, now let's talk about the Vissim coding. I will cover the first 3 alternatives, and Mengqin will talk more about the bi-directional one. So this is the no-build Vissim model we have. This will be the default roadway network we have. All the other alternatives are constructed based on this no-build model. In the roadway network, we have totally 5 signalized intersections. You can see here 1 to 5, and 7 unsignalized intersections. They are mostly right in, right out between those signalized intersections to we use it to simulate a real-world corridor, and there will be totally like 1.2 mile long. We have 2 bus BRT stop or regular bus stop at the intersection 3, and the other will be between the intersection 4 and 5. Oh, by the way, all the alternatives, all the 4 alternatives we have, they all include TSP, because TSP will benefit those vehicles operation along this corridor. So the second one here, the second model we have is a Q jump. This image shows the transit vehicle. They are doing the Q jump at the right turn and Q jump lane. And in our model, we coded here at the signalized intersections. The Q jump vehicle, they will have at those signalized intersections, they will have their own phase. During that phase, they will skip or bypass those through movement. So when the transit vehicle comes here, they can get the green time before those through movement and escape those queues. And here we have animation video to show how we coded this regular 2 center line alternative. Let me turn on. So you can see here, there are 2 lanes at the median, and this is the northbound BRT vehicles. They are running only on the northbound lane, and the southbound, there's another southbound vehicle. I think it's the full time for it. Okay, now it's finished. Now it's going southbound, and the other now is on the passengers onboarding or forwarding. So there will be no conflict between the two directions. And at those signalized intersections, only those non-conflicted GP vehicle, they will have the faces concurrent to the BRT vehicle faces, signal heads, sorry. Okay, then Mengqin will talk about this bidirectional modeling.
All right. So now we are going to show the animation for bidirectional lane. Let's watch that. So the light green there, that's a bidirectional lane. Both directions can drive on that. As you can see, the bus is traveling north. Just check which side they pick. They pick the left side. So we put the at the station area, we let them to be on the left side for a reason. I'll talk about that later. But if you see, once it exits the bidirectional section, the blue bus can travel down. So there's no conflict there. They are allowed to go. Then after the bus is staying there, they will continue going through that regular intersection. It will follow like regular signal control, but also it's waiting for the next reversible section to be available. So if you see the south bus exit that section, the red bus is able to go. And it's traveling further north until it reaches the next station area. It will be split to two lanes again. And the way we code it, we let buses try to duel at regular intersections. So there are no extra stops they have to make. So again, buses are traveling on the left side. The reason is if you look at the bus station area, if you have your lane on the right side, like the same direction like your general purpose lane, everyone boarding will have to use a left side door. That's something we don't want. That's why we reverse the direction of the bus lanes as a station area, so we can have all the northbound and southbound passengers boarding on the right side. That's an animation. Next, this is just a figure summarizing the things I talked about, how signal controllers are going to detect if a bus is in the reversible lane area, if there's conflict, the other direction bus will wait, but if there's no conflict, they are allowed to go. And also, they are also traveling through regular intersections. They also need to follow the traffic signal at normal intersections. Then next, I'm going to talk about some coding details. So first, for right side boarding, we don't want to buy new buses for this concept. So every bus has right side doors. So that's why we make bus lanes on the reverse direction at the station area. And then for detection, there are two detections. First one is bi-directional lane bus entry detection. So you need a detection to make sure there's no conflict before a bus can go. Then also the other detection is like wherever you have the TSP at your regular traffic intersection, you want to have a detection for that. And the other feature we are not introducing extra stops in between. We want bus to duel either at the station area or at the regular stop bar. All right, then I'm going to talk about detections. In order to code this, you need 5 direct detections. First one is a checking for southbound bus TSP at intersection 1. So that's your first detection. That will give you transit priority at this regular intersection for southbound bus. Then the detection 2 is southbound bi-directional lane entrance VAP. So we have another detection for the reversible lane section. We want to make sure there's no conflict for the northbound bus coming in. Detection 3 is BRT in zone. So there's one more detection that ties to our VAP setting, indicating the bus is still in your reversible lane area, so the other direction bus don't come. Detection 4 is a checkout. So that's just a regular TSB checkout detection at your regular intersection. Then detection 5 is the checkout northbound bi-directional lane. It's the other direction. It will tells you, okay, this section is cleared. Your southbound bus can go through to that section. Then for the signals, I know we are talking about scripting, doing a lot of things to incorporate a lot of complicated logic here, but there's a simple way you can do it. You can put two signal heads like just on top of each other. Then you don't have to dealing with scripting, thinking about combining logic, you just put one on top of each other. So signal one, you have your regular, RBC signal head. Signal 2, that's your VAP, that's controlling your reversible section. So only when both are green, you can go. Whenever you have a red, you will be stopped there. So I'm skipping all the complicated scripting here. So that's what it's saying there. Bus can only proceed southbound when southbound you have a green for the intersection approach. And if the bi-directional lane is empty and there's no conflict with northbound bus. By the way, I hope everyone knows like how you can have buses travel on the same lane for two directions. You just call two links on top of each other, then make one invisible. So that's how we can make the trick. All right, Gian will talk about our findings, then I'll talk about next steps.
Thank you, Mengqing. So let's have a quick review to the results, simulation results. Here we have the 4 alternatives and 2 tables here. The first table is the travel time for those GP vehicles and BRT bus vehicles. And the second table is the BRT bus stop delay. The dwell time at the bus station is excluded. As you can see, the alternative 3 and 4, they include a dedicated bus lane. And if you see the stop delay here, they are lower than the first 2 alternative. And also, like you can see, the travel time is a little bit lower. And if you compare the alternatives 3 and 4, remember the 3 is 2 center lanes. The 4 is bi-directional lane, only 1 lane. You can imagine that the fourth one has a little bit lower capacity for those single lane portion. So the travel time will be slightly higher, but it's still better than those first 2 alternatives. So here it's like a balance between the cost and the performance. You spend less for those alternative 4 rather than 3, but you have a little bit higher overall travel time. So I think alternative 4 here proves that it's this type of the bidirectional BRT9 is a type of cost-effective way when we are doing when we are designing a BRT system. Okay, Mengqing will talk about the next steps when we have in the future.
Yeah. So for this demonstration, it's actually for a real project. So we are only doing this 1 mile corridor to finish our phase 1 study. So we know we can quantify the effects. And we are going to apply to the couple of miles corridor into cities, and we are going to summarize the overall benefits. So that's the next step 1. Then also safety analysis will be done, benefit cost analysis will be done. The other thing, go back to the results. You probably see, we are only saving a couple of seconds here. The reason is, first of all, it's not very congested segment. So if you are applying these strategies on a very congested corridor, your benefits will be much higher. Then the other thing is we didn't give a direction peak for the buses. So right now we have equally headway for northbound and southbound bus. However, if you know your kind of travel direction peak, then you can definitely give more buses for one direction, reduce buses for the other direction. You will increase the benefit of option 4. It will be very comparable to option 3, while you don't have to spend that much money on the right of way. The other benefit of option 4 is you are saving a lane, so you can keep a lot of the left turn base at the signalized intersection. Instead of 3, you have to restrict a lot of particular left turns at the intersection. So it's a good option to consider when you want to do some BRT improvements along your corridors. All right, I think we are open for questions.